Hey everybody, guess what day it is? That's right, it's Mortgage Tip Tuesday with it's your girl, hashtag JLoan. That's right, I'm coming at you another Tuesday, another tip, my favorite day of the week, and hopefully yours as well. I wanted to tell you that today is Positive Thinking Day. And did you know that positive thinking can help you prolong your life, because it changes your whole emotional state and removes stress and anxiety from your life, which are things that can shorten your life. So I just wanted to give you a quote, and hopefully it will help you. Especially, I try to relate it to the mortgage business always, but of course to do something personal for you. So the quote that I found that was the one that touched me most was, "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible." Audrey Hepburn. So moving right along to my mortgage tip of the week, I wanted to talk about the importance of having your documents reviewed and reviewing your goals and budget with your loan officer. And I got this from our team meeting this morning. I changed what I was going to talk about because I thought this was very important. And the moral of the story is that my area manager in the past week or two has received 3 loans that could not close with other lenders. And some of those borrowers had actually even lost their earnest money because the lender could not do the loan. And when they were reviewed by us, it was that the borrower should have never even been approved for the loan after we did our review as well. And this is unfortunate to get that far 30 days into a loan and find out that after all this money that you've invested and even sold your home, that now you don't qualify, which means now you don't have your home. You're going to have to rent and you lose money at the same time. And this is never a situation that you want to be in. And that's why it's super important to have your documents reviewed and in great detail. There are a ton of lenders that collect documents but don't review them. There are a ton of documents that will just tell you you're approved because your credit looks great and how you filled out your application. There are lenders that will tell you you're pre-qualified, but that's not pre-approved. And I've already done a video on the differences between being pre-qualified and pre-approved. And then you can even go a step further and make sure that, especially in this market, that your loan is underwritten and approved. That's totally different. That's past the loan officer going a step further, that it's already been through the underwriter and has given her stamp of approval. You have to understand that the laws and the guidelines for lenders change all the time. And if you try to believe that just because you're a W-2 employee that your income works as such, you would be setting yourself up for failure, in the sense that there's different types of pay, whether that's commission, W-2, bonus, overtime, variable pay, whether you're a truck driver and there's mileage or you get paid by the load, if you're a nurse and you have shift differentials, and there's so many different ways. Or what if you have a seasonal job? That's income that you may think, hey, this is great. What if you have a second job now? You may think you can use that income. There's so many different ways in which you can't use that income that you may not know the answer to. So it's very, very important to have that looked at and making sure that it has been reviewed, which is why we are so big on using our TBD pre-underwritten file to get your approvals out, because not only can we close faster, but you have the assurance that you do qualify for an actual loan before you make these major adjustments in your life. Lose money you'll never get back, sell your home you can't buy back. Those are big major things. Now, I have seen, and it bothers me sometimes when I do see it, but that's just because I take my job personal. But sometimes I see where realtors will post that, hey, another lender couldn't get this done, and I found this miraculous person that can get it done. And the reality is yes, there's sometimes I've saved a ton of deals that other loan officers should have been able to close, because it's basically a guideline thing. But at the same time, every lender decides their risk that they're going to take. That's why you have some lenders that will do bank statement loans, and you have some lenders that will do credit scores down to 500. You have some lenders that don't go below 640. You have some lenders that have very unique and specific products that can help a lot of borrowers in those situations. So it's unfair to always say, hey, you couldn't do it, but someone could, and that makes them better than you. That's not the case. It could be that the guidelines at that specific lender don't work. And there are specific cases where lenders, or loan officers are not well versed in guidelines, and that could make a difference in whether they're pre-approved or not. So I always would say, hey, if I can't help you, you should try another lender, because maybe it's something that they can do that I cannot, and I typically run that by. So just be very careful with that as well, that if you get turned down, it's important to know why you were turned down, so that if you do go to another lender, you can kind of let them know, okay? And then keep in mind too that a borrower may tell me information, realize, hey, that's a reason why I was declined, and then go to the next lender and not tell them that information. So there's a lot of things that go on in our world, and I won't tell you what our quote is on that side because I don't want to offend anybody, but a lot of what's told to us and what's withheld from us, a lot of the times people try to get away with what they can to see if we're going to find out. And the truth of the matter is we will find out, okay? So, and then my next comment is reviewing your goals and budget with your loan officer. There are a lot of banks that are notorious for issuing pre-approval letters and saying, hey, you pre-approved for $280,000, and that's great, right? But what happens is if you never discuss your goals with that lender, stating, hey, I don't want to spend more than $10,000. I don't want my payment to exceed $1,500. Getting a letter that states you qualify for $280,000 or $300,000 or $500,000 does not do you justice if you don't understand the payment associated with a mortgage of that amount. And I see it all the time. So it's very important for you not just to fill out an application. You must get a live person on the phone. And I really say in this business, I'm not telling you not to use call center lenders, but I am telling you not to use call center lenders, because we as individual loan officers take licensing and classes to make sure that we could provide you great value in providing you education and advice to help you through the process. And if you don't have that person to sit down and take that 30-minute time with you to find out how much you have in the bank, what do you what are your goals, how long are you live in this property, what type of monthly payment is comfortable for you, then you could be setting yourself up for failure. Because like I said, a lot of the times I can get a borrower that qualifies for $1 million or $500,000, but they may not want that payment associated with that. And so if I just give you a letter and never have this conversation and said, hey, look, I know your goals were $1,500, but this is going to net you a $2,200 payment, you'll go shopping for home and then realize, oh my gosh, once you get your loan estimate, that you can't afford or don't want to afford this type of home. So I hope this helped you. Until next Tuesday, it's your girl, #JLoan. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and inbox me if you have any questions. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Be blessed.